to enjoy the journey this morning. And this morning, I'm going to talk about a topic of how to overcome fear because there's a lot of people in this world that don't know how to overcome fear and they're too afraid to face their fears. But first, I'm going to give you the definition of fear. It is the unpleasant feeling triggered by the perception of danger, real or imagined. Now, when we look at that as being an unpleasant feeling triggered by the perception of something that is real, dangerous, or imagining. Now, we have to look at it like this. I look at it myself, basically, I look at fear as being a frequency. And the reason why I look at fear as being a frequency is because it's something, thanks for stopping by this morning, and it is something that we perceive within the perception inside of our head that triggers a frequency for us to feel like we can't complete a task or we feel like we have danger of going into that task because of the perception of our frequency that we have in our mind. Now, listen to me clearly on this. The only way that we're going to overcome that perception that triggers the unpleasant feeling of something that is real, dangerous, or imagined, then we have to tap into our subconscious mind way of thinking and create a picture of in visualization to believe before we even face whatever that fear is, whatever it is that we fear. We have to create a picture through our subconscious mind through in visualization that we have no fear towards it. In other words, what I'm saying, if you fear being able to start a business because you fear failure, you cannot look at it that way. You got to look at it, you got to use your subconscious mind way of thinking to create a picture of in visualization to believe that you've already conquered that business, that business is already successful. You got to see that business successful inside of your head, and then you will not have the fear of starting it. You will not have the fear of failure. Because if your frequency, whatever your frequency is inside of your head, that's what you're going to believe. And if you believe that you have fear, then you're gonna manifest fear into your life. If you believe that you're fearless and you create a picture of being fearless through virtual and visualization, to believe that no matter what you go through in life, no matter what you have to face, you have no fear to it. And you already have that picture of in visualization created inside of your head that you have no fear to it, then when you go and start to make that decision to do whatever it is, there's no fear and you're going to do it. It's just like, I'll give you an example. We have so many people out there today that go to work each and every day, and they go to a job that they hate going to, and they go to a job that they don't like the people that they work with. But they only do that because they have a frequency of fear. If they quit that job, they cannot pay their bills or they cannot move on past the next level in life. So now what they need to do in order to overcome that feeling and that frequency of fear, they need to set their mind through their subconscious mind way of thinking to believe that they have already overcame that fear of not being able to do something else other than working a 9 to 5, trading time for dollars. They've got to see themselves. Thanks for stopping by. They've got to see themselves in another perception of life. As in, what I mean in another perception of life is they've got to see themselves through virtual and visualization, through whatever that was holding them back from building that business, that they've already overcame it. And that business is already successful through virtual and visualization. And that changes their frequency of fear that they cannot achieve whatever it is they set out to achieve. Now, you have to understand, it's very important that you realize that fear is a frequency. Because if fear wasn't a frequency, how could it create a perception of something that is predicted to be real, dangerous, or imagined? Because it's a perception inside of your mind that you believe that you cannot achieve something. So therefore, it sets up a sense of fear, and you believe automatically before you even try that you cannot accomplish that. So your fear will not allow you to accomplish that. Your fear will not even allow you to even try to accomplish that. And that's what I'm saying to you this morning, and enjoy the journey, is that you have to create a picture of virtual and visualization to believe that you have already conquered whatever fear that you have in your life that is holding you back from whatever destination that you want to go in your life. But you cannot overcome the feeling of fear if you cannot overcome the perception of the frequencies inside of your head that is bringing about that fear into reality, into your life. You've got to believe that you are fearless, and you've got to use virtual and visualization to imagine that you are fearless. You gotta use, see, like some people say, sometimes your imagination can get the best of you. And that's when your imagination gets the best of you, when you allow fear to take over and you don't believe that you can conquer fear, and you let fear conquer you. But the only way you're going to overcome fear is you got to overcome that frequency inside of your head that is predicted. Because like I said, if we get back to the definition of fear, I said it's an unpleasant feeling triggered by the perception of danger, real or imagined. Now, if something is an unpleasant feeling that is triggered by a perception of something that is dangerous, real, or imagined, then that is a frequency. Because a perception is a frequency that you have on the inside of your head. I don't know if you got that or not, but I'm going to break it down to you. Now, look at it from this way. If you have a perception on the inside of your head that you cannot go out there and create a second strand of income on top of what you're previously doing because you fear that you will be unsuccessful, then that's what you'll get. But if you have a perception inside of your head that you are fearless, and there's nothing that you cannot accomplish and go out there accomplish, now you have created that frequency inside of your head that created that perception for you to believe that you could not go out there and achieve that because your fears would not allow you to do that. But now you have created that perception inside of your head through your virtual and visualization to believe that you can go out there and do it, and you've already created that picture of virtual and visualization inside of your head to where you know that you've already conquered that fear because you've already seen that picture in your head. And that's what we have to do in order to overcome any type of fear that we have in our life. Now, like me, I'll tell you about me. I had fears in my life. I used to fear that certain things that I could not accomplish, but I allowed the frequencies inside of my head to make me believe that I could not accomplish that before I even tried. But the only way I knew that I was going to be able to overcome that feeling of fear was to believe through my subconscious mind way of thinking and in my virtual visualization reality that I had already successfully completed whatever task that had led me to fear it. Now, did you understand that? If you didn't, I'll say it again. The way I overcame my fears was that I had to perceive through my subconscious mind a virtual visualization picture of my reality of already being successful and fearless of whatever it was I was fearless from the beginning. Because you have to realize whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it will achieve. So if you conceive and believe that you fear, that you have fear from moving on to the next level in your life, and you've already conceived and believed that picture that you cannot do it and that it's going to be too dangerous, and your imagination is telling you, well, Greg, you can't do that, man. How are you going to do that, man? That's impossible. I've never seen anybody do that. You cannot allow your conscious mind to take over your subconscious mind. Because when you allow your conscious mind to take over your subconscious mind, that is when the fear sets in. But as long as you are able to communicate with your subconscious mind and be able to create a picture of virtual visualization of reality that you're fearless, then nothing that you come across will be impossible for you to achieve. So the only way that you're going to overcome your fear is you got to overcome the frequency of the unpleasant perception of danger, imagination, and something is real. Because if you don't overcome the frequency of those perceptions of something being unpleasant or something is about to happen within your state of mind, then you're never going to overcome your fears. But that's how you overcome your fears. That's how I overcame my fears. Thanks for stopping by. And that's how I overcame my fears, because I had to understand that I had to overcome the unpleasant perception of something that is real, dangerous, or imagined that was holding me back from reaching my next destination. So I had to get on a different frequency in life to believe that I had no fear going into whatever I was trying to accomplish. How did you do that, Greg? I created a picture through my subconscious mind, through virtual visualization, to believe and conceive that I had no fears, that nothing was impossible for me to complete. No task was too hard for me to complete, because I overcame the unpleasant perception of something being dangerous, real, or imagined. And that's how you overcome your fears. You cannot overcome your fears if you don't face them head on. You gotta face your fears head on. Whatever it is, I challenge you right now to create a virtual picture, a virtual reality picture, a virtual visualization in your head right now of your subconscious mind way of thinking of your greatest fear that you have feared all your life, and create that picture and see yourself inside of your head already past that. You've already conquered it. If it's like something that you're afraid of heights, see yourself climbing that mountain. You know, if you're afraid to get in the air and fly in a plane, see yourself through your virtual visualization reality, through your subconscious mind way of thinking. See yourself in that plane, flying in the air, flying all over the United States, and you have not one fear. That's how you get over fear, is you have to conquer fear. And the only way you can conquer fear is that you change the frequency of the perception of your belief inside of your head for fear. I'll say that again. The only way you conquer fear is you change the frequency of the belief of the perceptions inside of your head for fear. How do you do that, Greg? Face your fears head on. Whatever it is that you have been fearing in your life, I challenge you today. Now is the day that you break the curse of fear in your life. Now is the day that you face your fears head on. Now is the day that you see yourself through your subconscious mind way of thinking and believing that you have already conquered whatever fear that has been holding you back for life. Because if you don't conquer your fears, you'll never conquer your life and take control over your life the way that you want it to be. Because there will always be something that is holding you back through the frequency of fear, because of an unpleasant perception of something that is dangerous, real, or imagined. You have to realize that the only way that you can overcome fear is to face it. If you don't face it, you will never overcome it. As long as you believe inside of your head that you cannot do something, you will not do it. But as soon as you start to tap into your subconscious mind way of thinking and get on a different frequency and believe and conceive that you've already achieved whatever it is you set out to achieve, that you've already faced those fears that have been holding you back, you will overcome fear. But you will not overcome fear if you don't face it. And the only way you can face it is that you believe that you've already overcame it through the frequency of the perception inside of your head has the trigger to believe, to make you believe through your subconscious mind way of thinking that you have no fear. Because if you conceive the perception and the frequency of not having fear, and you use virtual visualization through your subconscious mind way of thinking that you're fearless, there's nothing in this world that you won't be able to go out there and conquer. You will be able to get away from that 9 to 5 that you've been working so long and going to those people that you hate going to work with and working for that company that does not respect you. But you have that sense of fear. If you quit that, you can't do nothing else. Or if you quit that, you're not going to be able to find another job. Stop thinking about failure and think about success. Because if you find a way to create a picture of virtual visualization of your success, of already being away from that job that you hate and already doing the things that you love to do and already being fearless, and there's nothing that can stop you. You know, I made the decision in my mind that I was not going to allow the frequency of fear to live in there anymore. So now I have no fear of nothing. Because the thing is, if we are made in the likes and the images of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, he does not live in the spirit of fear. So why should we live in the spirit of fear? If we're made in the likeness and the image of his creation, why should we live in the spirit of something that he doesn't live in? You see where I'm going with this? So in order for you to overcome any type of fear that you have in your life for anything, you got to always believe and conceive through your subconscious mind way of thinking to create a picture of virtual visualization to believe and see yourself beyond whatever that fear was that you had that was holding you back. You know, if you had a fear of snakes, you got to see yourself with that snake around your neck, and you're sitting there with that snake around your neck and you have no fear towards it. Now you have conquered your fear because you allowed yourself to face your fears head on. Now, granted, in your mind, you know, you may be scared like crazy, but on the outside, you're not, because your perception of what you believe has changed. So now that spirit of fear cannot live there no more if you don't allow it to be in your mind. Because if you allow the spirit of fear to dwell in your mind, that frequency, then you're not going to be able to accomplish whatever you want out of life. So don't allow fear to hold you back from missing out on the greatest blessing in life that you could change your life forever. You know, a lot of people miss out on the greatest things in life and in the world because they don't even take a shot at it, because they have fear to believe that they cannot accomplish it before they even try. I'm here to tell you this morning, overcome those fears and jump on a frequency of believing and conceiving that you've already conquered your greatest fear in life. We all have fears, but we got to learn how to conquer them. We got to learn how to deal with them. And if we don't learn how to tap into a frequency that is bigger than the fears that we have inside of us, we will never be able to conquer them. We will never be able to control them. And that's what I'm saying to you this morning. Enjoy the journey. You have to be able to face your fears head on, no matter what it is. You know, a lot of people have fear of certain things, but they already perceive the perception of being unsuccessful. Like, say, for instance, someone to say, well, you know what? I'm thinking about, starting a business, man. I've been looking at this business idea and it's really in demand. And if you have the spirit of fear inside of you, when you're thinking about starting a business, you're never going to start it. Because number one, the frequency of your belief for success is not there. You got to have the frequency of your belief for success inside of your head through virtual visualization before you even make the decision to start that business. You got to already see it as successful. Even though it's not, because you haven't started it, but you have created a picture of virtual visualization inside of your head through your subconscious mind way of thinking that it's already successful. If you believe that it's successful, it's successful. If you believe that you can face your fears head on, then you can face them. That's what we have to realize in life, is that we cannot allow our fears to hold us back from moving on to the next level in life, to where we want to go. A lot of people don't get to where they want to go in life because they don't believe. Okay, well, Greg, why do they don't believe? They don't believe because they don't have confidence in themselves to believe that they can achieve whatever they set their mind to, and they concede. They don't believe that, because if they cannot see it in the physical realm, they cannot imagine it. Wow, that was big. If they cannot see it in the physical realm of reality, they cannot imagine it. What do you mean by that, Greg? If you cannot see your success, you cannot live in your success. If you cannot see your success, you cannot imagine your success. You got to see your success and believe in your success before you become successful. See, I seen this day right here that I would be building a platform to change the world a long time ago. But guess what? My fears held me back because I believed that I wasn't good enough. I believed that I wasn't a Les Brown. I believed that I wasn't a Grant Cardone or a Houghton Bugs or whoever is one of the greatest of all times. I believed that I could not be that. So therefore, it held me back from my gift that God had given me to be the voice of the world. But now I believe that I am that successful motivational speaker, an empowerment person. In my mind, each and every day I wake up, I see myself on stages speaking in front of millions of people. Why? Because of my frequency no longer lives in fear. I don't fear nothing at all, except God. I do fear him because he is the creator of all. But that's about the only thing that I fear. Anything else in life, I'm going for it to conquer. Now, why did I say that? I'm saying that to say that to you because there's some of you that are just like me, that was just like me. You believe that you didn't have what it takes and your voice did not matter. I'm here to tell you right now, your voice matters. The story that you have inside of you, you've got to overcome it by overcoming your fears and dealing with your fears head on, and let that gift out. Don't hold that gift inside of you because you fear that you're not going to be good enough. I did that and it held me back for years. I could have been done built this platform to millions of dollars a long time ago, but my fear would not allow me to do that, because at that point in time, I had a different mindset than what I have now. I had a mindset to believe that that if I tried something, I would not be successful at it, because I'm not Les Brown, or because I'm not Houghton Bugs, or because I'm not Johnny Winfrey, or because I'm not Grant Cardone. I believe that I didn't have what it takes to send a message to the world. I believe that what I had to say, nobody would listen to. But you know what I had to do? I had to disregard that belief of fear, because that's all it was. It was a belief of fear that was inside of me that was making me believe that I wasn't good enough to speak to the world and make a difference. It was a belief of fear inside of me that was making me believe that my words that I have to say did not matter, that my words that I could give to people, my knowledge that I have, didn't matter. But as soon as I started to tap into my virtual visualization of reality through my subconscious mind, and I started to say, hey, Greg, stop doubting yourself and go do it. And then I started to see pictures in my head of me being successful and me out there on the stage speaking to millions of people, which it hasn't happened yet, but it's already happened here. You see what I'm saying? That's how I overcame my fear, because it happened here before it happened in the physical realm of reality. So that's where you overcome your fears, is through your perception of the frequency, that the state of mind that you live in. If you live in fear, you can never conquer fear. You can never face fears head on. You can't do it. You got to be able to come up with a perception of a frequency of a mindset to become fearless in order for you to get to the next level in life. But you cannot become fearless and get to the next level in life if you already perceive that you're not going to be successful at whatever you try from the beginning, and you allow your fears to hold you back from believing in yourself. Now, this morning, I have a call to action, which is, Elevate 8 Trading. And it's a program that we have to where we teach you as an online student, and you participate in your own rescue to where you develop a skill to where you can grow your own money, unlike keeping your money in the banks under the 72% rule, to where 72% divided by 40% equals 16 years, 14 years for you to grow your money. But I'm just saying, now, why would you want to keep your money in the bank? That's how long it takes for you to grow your money when it's in the bank. Now, why wouldn't you want to develop a skill that could empower you to be able to go out here and grow your money in a day? Think about it. If you can empower yourself in a way through a skill to where you can make your paycheck that you go out and work for 5 days a week or bi-weekly, however you get paid, in one day, how would that empower your life? How would that empower your life to go teach others how to do it? And that's how you overcome your fears, is when you believe that you can do something beyond what you normally do. And you don't allow your fears to tell you, Greg, you can't do that. Man, ain't nobody never did that. Don't listen to those voices in your head, because the voices in your head is always going to hold you back and always going to set the frequency of fear in your lifestyle. If you want to eliminate fear, eliminate your limited belief system. Wow. You say, Greg, what is my limited belief system? Your limited belief system is you believing that you cannot achieve something before you try. Your limited belief system is you believing that you fear moving on to the next level in your life when you've never took a step forward. So you stay backwards. That's your limited belief system. You got to tap into your subconscious mind way of believing, and believe that you have more and you can do more and you can become more. Once you use virtue and visualization and picture it in your head and you live by it each and every day, life changes. Just like me, I wake up each and every day and tell myself that I'm a millionaire. I don't wake up each and every day and tell myself that I'm broke, because I'm not. I'm not broke. I'm a long shot from broke. Even when I was broke, I didn't think broke. I thought like a millionaire. In order for me to become to the point to where I am right now, I thought, my thinking pattern process, I always believed that I had more than what I had. I always believed that I was living in a mansion when I was living in a house, and I still today. Until this day, I believe that. I always believe that I'm driving a Tesla when I'm not. That is how you tap into your frequency to overcome your fears, because you got to believe in the unimaginable in order for it to become a reality. You know, because it's just like what they say. What you tune into is what you turn into. If you tune into fear, you're going to turn into fear. If you tune into success, you're going to be successful. If you tune into being fearless, you're going to become fearless. So I just wanted to say that this morning and enjoy the journey. And like I said, if you are interested in the trading program that I was introducing and, you know, to empower your life, just click the link at enjoythejourney.org. And I just want to extend to you, I want you to just go to enjoythejourney.org this morning and get your free gift that I have for you on my website, because I have a free gift for you on my website right now. And all you got to do is go to enjoythejourney.org and get it. There's nothing required, just for you to click on the link and do the necessary things that you need to do to get your free gift. Now, how many of you are going to do it? Now, watch this. A lot of you are not going to do it because what? Because you feel like it has no value. Because you feel like because it's free, it's not worth nothing. But instead of you having that perception inside of your head about what it is, before you go to enjoythejourney.org and check it out, already believe that it's value for you. And when you get there, you'll see the value in it. But if you can't believe that something is valuable to you, you cannot see the value in it. If you can't believe that you can overcome your frequency of fear, you can never overcome it. So that's what I'm saying to you. Now do me a favor, like, comment, and share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I just want to thank each and every one of you all. And like I said, go to my website, enjoythejourney.org, and get your free gift. What do you have to lose? It's free, you know? And I can tell you right now, for what I'm giving you for free has a lot of value to it. But I'm going to leave it right there, because I want you to be curious enough to go to Enjoy the Journey, to go to enjoythejourney.org to see what it is. So this morning, I just want to thank each and every one of you all for stopping by my Morning Live Wake Up Motivation this morning. And I just want to thank you for all your support, your likes, your comments, and shares. But keep them coming, because I'm here. That's why I changed my direction of where I'm going to enjoythejourney.org, because I'm here to motivate you, to empower you, to coach you, to teach you, to show you how you can live the lifestyle that you deserve, how you can overcome the things that are holding you back in your life so you can get to where you want to be in life. So I just want to say thank you. God loves you. So do I. And have a blessed day, and goodbye.